Hello. Welcome to this video. So today I'm going to talk about some watercolor, or mainly watercolor studies that I've made that I feel were really successful and really I really love them, and then some other paintings that are in a very middle ugly stage, which happens. I know this, it happens. It's ugly in the middle. The beginning you're like, oh, this is fun, and then in the middle you're like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And then hopefully at some point you can, turn that around, and if not, then it's only paint and paper, right? So I'm not too upset about it, and it's all an experiment, and it's all about as well working through that uncomfortable point in the middle, because it is uncomfortable, because you're like, oh, I don't like this, and the urge is just to put it away and not look at it or throw it in the bin. But actually, if you just keep working at it, you can see hopefully see some sort of change, or you can certainly see what the problems are if you kind of know what you're looking at, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So yeah, we will see. And when I don't know what to do, then I look for inspiration in nature and in books and on Pinterest, and see if I can turn things around that way and kind of see what I'm doing that's not helping the situation. So I'm going to start with some watercolors that I've made that I really love, and they're just small studies, but I really just love what's going on in them, and I loved working on the textured paper as well. And then I'm going to talk about some work that I've been doing this week that is just in that ugly stage, and let's see what you guys think, but it is a right mess. But that is part of the process. That is part of the artistic process, is that some you win and some you lose, and really it doesn't matter. And there's always an opportunity to turn things around, because ultimately I can just paint over it all and start again. Okay, so I'm starting with these just small watercolors that I've been making this week. Most of them have got about 2 layers on them ish, and some of them have other materials in them as well. So some of them have got acrylic ink in them. I think this has a little bit of acrylic paint in it here, where I've just wiped it off my palette and scraped it along as like a base layer. So this is the first one. I've used a palette knife to make this grass here kind of effect on the wet green, when the green was wet. And I really love that. So I just got my palette knife and just kind of scribbled it, and I love how this looks like a sunrise, even though that was completely unintentional. I was going for some kind of abstract here, some kind of abstract kind of arches, and then didn't like it, painted over it, and then it's just created this lovely sunshine, and it's just really simple, and I love the simplicity of it. And I think looking at these, that's where I'm going wrong in my bigger pictures, is that I'm overcomplicating things, and that's why I love these, is because they're really simple. So this one that I really love, I love the mountains. I mean, it's a little bit samey, so this is not my absolute favourite, but I love some of the textures. I love this texture through here that I've made with the cling film, and I love this textured paper, because you already have that really nice kind of texture to the paper before you've even put any paint on it. So that's the next one. This one, which is really simple, very abstract, kind of landscapey, with some kind of windswept trees and some, I don't know what this is, like mist or fog kind of floating into the distance. But I really like this one. It's, on the edge, on the borderline of landscape. So we will see. Yeah, I don't know. I like it though. It's nice. Don't know what I've done here, what these lines are, but I quite like those as well. I think that might have been I've definitely put this cling film here. And I think this is acrylic ink, so there's a little bit of acrylic ink in this one. This one is collage. So this has got collage in it, and I think I might have showed this one in a previous video. And it's got some acrylic on it as well, but I really like this one. Again, the simplicity of it, the bright colours I love, and that feeling of landscape, but also the feeling of abstraction as well. Like this is a really nice balance for me. This again I love. This is acrylic ink here. So the acrylic ink that I use is this De La Roni FW. I don't know what that means, but I like this one. This is the one I use, and this particular colour is Red Earth. This red here, which I love. And again, I've used bubble wrap, cling film, Here, I love the textures of this one. I've used salt up here. And I love this little this particular section right in the corner there. Some really nice textures. And I've used the palette knife again and the cling film. Here, this one's quite dramatic. I don't use a lot. I don't like using a lot of blue in my work. I know that sounds weird, but I think what put me off it is all the blue eyeshadow that I wore in the 90s. So for some reason, I think that blue looks tacky, so I don't use a lot of it. So I've been trying to use it because I absolutely love it here. It looks really nice. I don't mind a dark blue. What's the blue that I like? Actually, probably need to get more of it. Where is it? Ah, is that it? Yes, marine blue. The De La Roni one. This is a really nice dark blue, which I don't mind a dark blue, but this colour blue, it just screams eyeshadow from the 90s to me. This is another one that I really love. Again, some kind of unexpected things happened. And this Red Earth, was it Red Earth? Red Earth, yeah. Kind of clumps in a sort of weird way. It doesn't behave the way in the same way as the black ink does. Although this black ink is not the De La Roni one. The black ink is this waterproof drawing ink in carbon black that I got from Attila. I got it from Jackson's. It's not as good quality as the De La Roni one, but I use a lot of it, so I just bought a big bottle and then I just keep refilling. It's not as quite as shiny as the De La Roni ones, which is one of the lovely things about the acrylic inks, is when they dry, they've got kind of a sheen to them almost. This one I love. So I've used my straw here, my trusty metal straw, to blow some of these inks to make this kind of dynamic lines, which I love. These little trees I really love, and they were a little bit more intentional. I just wanted to see how it would look if I kind of bled and this colour is just the dirty water, I think, from my filthy paint water, which I do need to change. Actually, I haven't changed it this week at all. I think I changed it at the weekend. So that's another one. And then this one, which is really abstract, really dynamic. And this started a little bit more boring than this. And then I thought, no, I'm going back in. And I went in with this strong purple along the bottom. I think this might be the Red Earth. And then also I've used some sap green as well, which is this colour here, and then a little bit of black. And I love the idea here of roots. This is white, so you can get the white De La Roni acrylic ink, and I really like that as well. So yeah, this is really dynamic. I've used my straw to blow the paint. I think I've used some bubble wrap down here on maybe an earlier layer. So yeah, these were really successful, in my opinion. For me, they were really successful studies, and I was really pleased with them. And in the meantime, I've also been doing some other stuff. So I'll show you some other pieces that I'm also really happy with. And ironically, these are also the really simple ones. So this one that I did, that I was going to paint up here, and then I just thought, no, I'm going to leave it because I just really like, I really like everything about it. I love the collage. I like almost that I haven't put too much paint over the top. I love my marks here. So these are marks that I've done, and there's 6 marks. And when I do 6 marks, that is a representation of the 6 members of our family. So there's me and my husband, and we have four daughters. So that's the 6 of us. And then this here is a stamp that I made a few weeks ago. So this is just a stamp that I've stuck to it's foam that with a sticky back, and then you can just cut it out to whatever shape you want and stick it to. I've just stuck it to a piece of cardboard, and that's this wonderful kind of botanical shape here, and I love botanicals. So yeah, I really like this. I've used some writing in here, so at the time when I was writing it, it would have been meaningful, whatever I was experiencing at the time. I don't think you can probably read it. I spotted the word found there. Found, I think that says found. But whatever I was writing was meaningful on the day anyway. So that one, and also I really love this one. So this is on a kind of similar thread to that one. Really simple at the top, busy at the bottom. But I love the writing. Again, I've got one of my stamps in here. This one that I've made Also the same way, foam and cardboard is very kind of rough, but it just creates these beautiful, beautiful shapes. I can do a future video to show you how to do that. It's very, very simple and very satisfying to do, actually. These are all collage papers. I think I've made all these collage papers. All these collage papers are made by me. And this is some yellow inks. This is a new colour that I've got, actually, I haven't had before. And it's yellow ochre is this yellow here. And I loved it. And obviously I, you know, tipped it and the ink ran. And yeah, this is successful for me. I really, really love it. So now I'm going to show you the ones that I've made this week that are not quite so successful. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine to show you the non-successful ones. And these started out so dynamic and lovely, but they were really busy, and I wanted them to become landscapes. But this is just mud for me, complete and utter mud. Yeah, so there's parts of it I like. I really like these dots down here and how this kind of lime greeny colour. This lime green is one of my favourites as well. And this is a golden, is this acrylic? Oh, it's high flow acrylic, not acrylic ink, and it's a green gold colour, and I love this colour. It's wonderful. So I like my stamps that I've done here. I love these red marks here, and I don't know how many red marks were here. 9. So 9 is a significant number for me because it's 3 times 3, right? 3 times 3 is 9. Yeah, that's right. And 3 is a very significant number in yoga, and yeah, so all the dots, that most of the time when you see dots in my work, there'll be a certain amount of dots and they'll be for a certain reason. See I've got here 3 branches here, or botanical shapes, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, there's parts of it I love, but there's parts of it I hate. Most of it I hate. This I don't think is too bad at the moment. It's not finished, but I don't think it's too bad. I don't mind it. There's parts of it I really do like. Again, it's a bit muddy. It's mud. It's a lot of mud there. This I love here. I love these, the texture here. And I love I put these circles in here where there's like a kind of negative space circle. And I really like that bit. So there's hope for that one, I think. This one, again, I hate it. It's just mud. And, you know, maybe I'll paint over it, maybe I won't. There's a load of collage underneath here. There's loads of writing underneath here, marks, stencils underneath here. There's parts of it I don't mind. Here, I quite like this bit here. And there's certain areas that I think, oh, actually, there's something going on there. But, yeah, generally, and this, actually, you know, I'm being hard on myself, I think. Some of these I do like. This one I do love. Actually, and I love this stencil. The stencil belongs to my lovely friend. And she's like, oh, you can borrow these stencils if you like, and then give them back to me whenever. And I've just been using them ever since. I can't find the one here. So it's this one here, which I just absolutely love. Just beautiful. So I've used them loads. They were hardly used when she gave them to me, and I haven't given them back yet. It's all right. She'll forgive me. And I've used my stamp here, my homemade stamps here, which I love. Again, 1, 2, significant for me and my husband. I like these orange marks as well. So yeah, I actually don't mind that one. This one, again, is a complete mess. I don't like it. Again, this is another stencil that I do like. I do like this stencil with these kind of, these marks here. Oh, actually, that one's still wet. Made these, well, the last layer went on yesterday. Yeah, this is a mess. I don't like it. I don't know if I'll be able to bring it back. We'll see. And this is one that I've had up on my shelf and I forgot about, that I didn't put another layer onto. So this is kind of what all of those look like before I put another layer of paint on, which I actually love this look. And that's what they all look like. And I really liked them all. And then I put another layer on them and made them into mud. And it is that kind of messy middle phase where, you know, none of them have really got a direction. I thought I knew what I was doing. Now I don't know what I'm doing, but that's fine. That's okay. Will I be more careful with this one? Maybe I'll just throw a load of paint on it and see what happens though, right? Yes. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of your likes. It would be great if you could comment and tell me what kind of videos that you'd like to see from me, and yeah, what you'd like in the future. I'm planning to do some videos about collage and some videos about some of my old sketchbooks, some of the very first sketchbooks that I ever made, or some of the first paintings that I ever did anyway. And yeah, that's quite interesting to see kind of the difference between when I started and where I am now. So yeah, let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe if you are drawn to do so. I would love to build a community of people who just really love art and playing and messing about, and who, you know, I try not to be too hard on myself. So I'm very much like open with my process, and, you know, what I like and what I don't like. And there's nothing wrong with not, you know, not liking my art, and me not feeling happy with it. Like, I don't mind that. That's fine. I'm really happy to kind of sit in those feelings. So yeah, let me know what has resonated with you, and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. Thank you so much. Bye.